Everything takes place in the human process, from what takes place inside of us, how we feel emotionally about something, and how we put logic to it. And then we look at interpersonal relationships, how we discuss it with others, and culturally, how it fits into our cultural pattern. Now, most of the human process begins from within, but somehow we've lost the ability to be able to access that process or be more aware of it. So with all the news media and all the pressures and everything, we end up working backwards from cultural to interpersonal to internal. And if we look at it, we have a certain level of complacency that has a higher threshold of response than we had before. And it almost takes a huge dramatic or emotional event to trigger something to happen. So when we talk about energy or some process that may affect us in our lifetimes and our kids' lifetimes, unless something blows up like a reactor in Japan, people will then respond. And that's the cultural trigger. But the first process that they use is to blame somebody else. If you look at the BP oil spill, why didn't the government act sooner? Why didn't BP take more responsibility? And yet, all the time, people have been talking about these potential disasters. So we've sort of skewed what's taking place in our human process because we are programmed culturally. And so the thing that's missing is people not taking the responsibility to educate themselves about an issue, particularly a chronic, ongoing issue that can affect them and their generations with significant problems. So how do we get them to do that? First of all, I'm not sure, in the sense that it all starts with personal responsibility. And because of the adversarial sort of process, people have to realize they don't have to be adversarial. So I guess we need to reframe it that people are investing in getting information that would be helpful to them. And true, in-depth and objective information rather than the fluffy news that keeps going on and on and on. So that's the first thing I would recommend, that people reframe how they look at it to make a difference for themselves first. Start internally and decide what sort of world you want and what do you need to know to make a decision about that.